Pierog. Good to see you, man. How we doing? How goes it? Good to see you. A bit earlier than usual today. There we go. Got enough in my coffee. How you been, mate? Good to see you again. Let's get some bits up. Been doing all right, mate. Currently playing Battlefront 2. I have been... I tried a bit of Far Far West. Really enjoying that. Was pleasantly surprised at how good that game was. Not played too much of it, but what I did play, I was super impressed with. Very, very impressed with. Oh, yeah, no worries, man. That's understandable. It's just such a shame that sometimes the only times that I can stream are pretty late. So, it is what it is, though, you know. You know. Yeah, glad to see you, mate. We're going to be going over some of the fallout that's obviously been going on at the moment. I want to look at the transmission from Super Earth Command. Silver, how you doing? Welcome. I want to go over that. Welcome. And then there's a few posts on Reddit that I want to look at before we probably play some missions and stuff, you know what I mean? I like these ones sometimes. How you been, Silver? You good, mate? I like these streams where they're just laid back, you know? I want to look at I want to show you people. Someone's making their own galactic war at the moment, which is interesting, which is an interesting reaction. And maybe it's another little message to the developers. But it is interesting because we've seen, like, okay, let's have a look. I think we can go to here. Is that going to work? There we go. So, like, at the moment, I know I'm in the way slightly, but at the moment, I feel like this is the busiest I've seen a major order area for a long time. That's my perspective. We've got a strategic opportunity, secure automaton supplies and neutralize cyborgs in order to bolster cross-ministry research and intel efforts and enable a new round of vivisectional audits. What the hell does that mean? Refers to surgery or invasive experimentation conducted on living animals, typically to study psychological or pathological processes. Huh. Hold on. Let me see if this works. Can I condense this? It's not working the way I want it. Hold on, everybody. How about there? Yeah, it's just a bit out of the way, innit? One sec. Oh, sorry. Let me see if I can fix this. No, I can't. Damn it. Well, I can. Kind of. That's interesting. That's quite interesting because that's it's an optional event. And it leads to the experimentation of psychological, like, what was it? Vivisectional. Surgery or invasive experimentation conducted on living animals, typically to study psychological or pathological processes. That's really funny because how funny is it that they just, well, using a word so like, ugh, gross. I love it. Let's go back to that one. I haven't pulled that all the way off. I was shocked at that word. Anyway, this is what I actually want to look at. There we go. I want to quickly read through this. Because to me, this felt like the most nothing answer. I'm trying to figure out how to balance the audio between game audio and voicing. I go through a mixer. I have a mixer. So it's one channel in OBS, but the mixer prior to it is the filter of everything. My gaming PC, streaming PC, certain tabs I use, like the music that's playing at the moment is playing from Epidemic Sound as a web page, and I can, for instance, I could just change the volume with like just a twirl of a stick. Do you know what I mean? Pretty convenient. Natural settings, but then my natural settings, audio settings on OBS, I use Meld now at the moment. But on OBS, I think it was like 160. I think I had 160 gigabytes per second. But like, what? When you say natural, what do you mean? Because that's kind of I don't know what aspect that is. But yeah, willing to help, mate. I don't use OBS anymore now though, since resetting my streaming PC. To our dedicated citizens of Super Earth, we've been following your feedback over the past few days and seeing the conversations across Helldivers 2 community. Oh, by the way, everyone who chats, you can see little automatons walking up and down. Everybody that chats, a little sprite appears with your name, and you have a health pool. And there's a reason. There's a reason you all have health pools. Thought I'd add something fun. Anyway. Helldivers 2 matters to us all, and we want to be clearer about what we're working on and what's coming next. I'm infuriated already. Alongside new content, we're focused on improving the core of the game, stability, progression, and galactic war. Below, we've pulled together answers to some of the questions we're seeing across Reddit, Discord, and X. We'll keep sharing more as we go. I hate even how this begins. What is the team focusing on them right now? What are their current priorities? Right now, this is just deja vu at this point. It's just deja vu, because I want to compare this to a post that was made 2 years ago. We're going to get to that. Right now, a major focus for the team is improving meta progression and the galactic war. We asked for this. We said this before. We've significantly expanded the team working in this area, reflecting how important these long-term systems are for the overall player experience. Was that then, or is this now? Because we've been here before. When was it expanded? Reflecting how important these long-term systems are for the overall player experience. Detail. There is none. There is no detail. Like desktop audio and my desktop setup is all of that. Trying to figure out how to make... The only thing I can suggest, mate, is to make the playback in the sound options, make the output device your headphones, put them in your ears, and trying to think, because OBS can be a little complex. Find a way, and even if you have to do this, ask an AI tool to explain it to you. Find a way to make the output active through your headphones that includes your microphone and your desktop audio. So you'll be talking and you'll be hearing yourself back along with what's playing. So it's like what your audience would be hearing. It can be confusing when you're trying to talk and hear yourself along with other stuff interfering. The point I'm making is you can then listen to what the anticipated audience are hearing and make those adjustments to where you see fit. That's how I would do that. But on my mixer, I've got a single button that I can press that is called Audience Mix. And I press it and it plays it activates every single audio source that the audience is going to hear. And then I tweak it in that way. So I'm just using the tool that I have, but translating it to what's available to you in OBS. How's Helldivers, by the way? What's new these days? Well, that's what we're here to discuss. That's what I'm going through right now. One thing I will say, if you're thinking about streaming, and I'm glad you're doing this, make sure the audio quality is as best as you can potentially make it. One thing you learn is nobody likes listening to really poor audio. So work hard at it, because it matters, in my opinion. Anyway. But we're going on Pilestedt. I think Purog, I'd be interested to know if you've obviously seen the most recent AMA. You just said you've been away playing Battlefront 2. Silver Scale saying that they haven't been about, clearly. But yeah, Pilestedt went to Helldivers Unfiltered to do an AMA. And it was probably the worst PR movement that the company could have made. And this is a response to it. So the AMA is here. Hold on. It's me, AMA. We started with this over 2 weeks ago now. Over 2 weeks ago. I'm not going to go through that because it's been... Could you repeat? Have you said something to me? I did, Pirog. I was curious if you had read the AMA. I was thinking that because you've been playing Battlefront 2, I wasn't aware whether you was aware of what other stuff's been going on in the community. So yeah, Pilestedt went to Helldivers Unfiltered because of the fallout from the most recent patch. It went terribly. Terribly. Because if you're going to approach... I think the Helldivers Unfiltered is where the more hardcore players chat, because it's self-explanatory, it's unfiltered. Nobody gets offended if your favorite game, like mine, how many hours do I have now in Helldivers 2? 910. I love this game to death. I really, 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 really enjoy playing it. I really like it a lot. And I want it to be the best. I want it to be the best that it can be. I just play a bit less Helldivers, yeah. But I find, and this is just me in general, personality-wise, that it doesn't matter what it is. If you really enjoy something and you really care about it, you should be able to criticize it too. Wearing rose-tinted glasses for something that you really enjoy is just isn't correct. That's the way I see it anyway. Like, I support Tottenham Hotspur in the English Premier League, and there are people that are like, stop being so negative online about it. The players read it. Shut up. Shut up. Anyway, it was terrible. He went into this with corporate talk. And as you can imagine, people that are hardcore players don't want to hear corporate talk about the game that they really enjoy, because according to, helldive.live, this to me is why we've been getting more war bonds than endgame. Or this is why we've been getting more war bonds than we have a transition of content towards endgame stuff. Not necessarily that it needs to be there now, but there's nothing. We've had weapon customization, but most hardcore players have done that now. Do you know what I mean? Even though I'm in this bracket here, I'm level 145. There are some weapons that I've not even unlocked to level 2 because I just don't use them because they serve no purpose to me. I'm not the kind, I'm not full-time streamer or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? I just enjoy this game. I really like it. I want it to be the best. And it disappoints me when there isn't progression. But we'll get to that. But as I said, yeah. Right now, a major focus for the team is improving meta progression and the Galactic War. For a start, what does meta mean? Squid, good to see you, dude. It's another little... who we got on there at the minute? We've got a stream bot. That's the bloody Bile Titan, of course. Pierrog is a dev... Oh, all we've got is Devastators at the moment. Ah. I'll tell you what. Let's clean things up. Check this out. Let's send the boys in, shall we? Let's send the boys in. Let's see if it works. Hold on. Oh. You can drop some Helldivers in to refresh everything, and a little Gatling barrage happens. But it's in like voxel sort of sound bites and stuff. Each chatter, every time someone chats, they become a sprite. And they have 100 health. And every sprite is attacking itself for 10 damage each time. Just, you know, it's cool. There aren't only glazers or whiners. There are people that enjoy the game and defend it in a valid way. Valid way is when people can defend a game in valid ways. Actual proof backing them up. Right, exactly. So I've been pretty vigilant on that, because the way I saw it is people saying that they want better for Helldivers are right, but often these people are just negativity farming. There are people that do negative farm, and sometimes it makes me wonder how I can't imagine. It's like, for instance, I couldn't imagine being a political content creator. Could you imagine waking up every single morning with politics on your mind? I hate the fact that I'm kind of very aware of stuff like that. But that's because I'm a bit of a UFO nut as well, and I kind of like put repetition together with like political policies and blah, blah, blah. But my point being is that sometimes it makes me wonder how people can talk negatively about the game as often as they do, just because, but again, this is kind of subjective, because I couldn't imagine. I know what happens to me when I think about like when just something's going on politically and it just winds me up. It sticks with me, unfortunately. So I get it. Like, I know, like, for me at least, that's why I try to refrain from as much negativity of it as possible. But to say that there are areas that are not deserved, that some people do say, is just bananas to me. Bananas even, you know? Oh, no, Pierre. You haven't got to worry about that at all, mate. So, what does improving meta progression and the Galactic War? I don't know what that means. I imagine what the Galactic War is the scope. But improving meta progression. I remember in the 60-day patch, they were like, we're going to be more clear with when we communicate. And now we're back here. Again, Electric Boogaloo style. And we're going through the same slop again. We're going to be more... We're going to detail our responses more. We're going to be more transparent. We're going to be improving meta progression in the Galactic War. What does that mean? The idea of this AMA was... You came here... I don't understand why he thought doing this AMA in the way that he did during the immense, like, self-cannibalization of the community. Like, made no sense. I'm trying to compare it to something. It's like maybe... No, it's not like that. No. I don't even think it needs a comparison. But my point being is, you approached the very somewhat quiet... we can obviously agree that Helldivers Unfiltered is where either a lot of the hardcore players hang out and some that are just negative farming, as Pierrog said. But also people like myself that I love the game. I've got nearly 1,000 hours in it. I think that's kind of close to being quite the fan. Oh, the Helldivers are back. There we go. But like, I want the best for the game. You know what I mean? Like, I remember when I first started getting into this game, and I started seeing in the early days when everything was great. I remember it weren't Fick-Fillet, but it was someone he referenced, and I went and checked that creator out, and it was like I remember seeing like the spreadsheet like breakdown on everything, and I remember being like, dude, just play the game, really. But then when I started, because I really started for obviously focusing content on Helldivers 2, played more of it, and then when I started looking at the patch notes and then looking at this content that was being produced in detail, that's when I was getting like, oh no, okay, I get it. I get now, because there were some times where patches would drop, I'd read the patches and I'd be like, why does everything feel fucking harder right now? And then you find out about the likes of, I can't remember the name of the mechanic. I can't remember the name of the mechanic, but it just makes them durable, the durability and stuff. And I started by noticing it while I was playing. And then I can't not notice it now. Do you know what I mean? I also hate people that are like, actually, Helldivers 2 had 4 player drops since last 20 hours. Thus, it means the game is dead. Oh, yeah. They're just trolls. How we doing, Julian? You good, mate? One thing I get annoyed at is Pilestedt saying, oh, you sweet summer child. Oh, mate, don't get me started. Don't get me started, dude. Like, excuse me, they announced that plan to add ship modules a few days later. So, yeah, why say that? Yeah, don't even get me started about that comment. Let's get through this before we start skipping ahead on things that aggravated me. Okay, so the goal is to deliver deeper progression and more engaging galactic war features like more meaningful rewards and community progression systems. We told you we wanted this, I think, nearly 2 years ago. So, what are these things and where are they? Evolving major orders into longer multi-week themed campaigns. Right. Make the Galactic War. I remember when everyone used to talk about the Galactic War, and I remember looking at the subreddit, and it was just like people. And I know that we've got we've got the Helldivers 2 companion app. We've got that now, whereas before we didn't at the time. So there was just actively people campaigning for which direction of the major order would go. And it felt like you was doing something. And then you'd get a commemorative thing at the end of it. So I get that. That's great. Pretty sure we made that that was a concern not as long ago ago as progression systems and even in test server and whatnot. Yeah, no worries, Pirog. Oh, no, yeah, okay, yep. I've been having internet problems today, in actual fact. Okay, branching outcomes that create clearer stakes and consequences based on player actions. I thought that was more meaningful rewards and community progression systems. What's a community progression system if it isn't branching outcomes that create clearer stakes and consequences based on player actions? Is this 3 bullet points of the same thing? Evolving major orders into longer multi-week themed campaigns. You can put that into more meaningful rewards and community progression system. The major orders and the campaigns in general are community progression systems. It's a live action game. So this is just one answer in 3, right? Galactic War feels like liberate that, defend that, hold that, gather samples, kill. Yeah, there's nothing of substance. There isn't. And these 3 items here to me just say, oh, you want more, you want the Galactic War to be more meaningful. Cool. Whereas my response is, you've had, well, we'll get to that. Okay, you start to see the results on this work this summer. It's technically summer. Transparency, right? More detail, right? In multiple updates, there have been hidden changes to weapons or enemies. Why are they not announced in the patch notes? We want our patch notes to be as clear and complete as possible. See, if this was one of those like panel shows, political panel shows or something like that, I think the BBC have question time, right? If the politician or something, this is the power I wish those people would have, but everything's theatre, so it doesn't matter. If they start the sentence with something that just isn't what the audience wants to hear immediately, just mute. We want our patch notes to be as clear as mute. That's not what the question is. I didn't ask you about the patch notes. Why do you not include things in the patch notes? We're in the patch notes right now. Don't mention patch notes. We're in there. We're together. It's like a cave. We're in there. Where are the hidden things in this cave, Pilestedt? And why are they hidden? Now, we want to be clear. No, Pilestedt. Answer the question. In some cases, changes have not been communicated with clarity we intend. I know. We know. We definitely know. You don't need to explain the situation. We asked the question. We know the situation. We've already asked you the question. Don't repeat it in different words like you did up here, where you answered the same question with one answer across 3 bullet points. Sorry, Pierrog, you said something there. People wouldn't complain about mechs in a war bond if Galactic War would be actually... Why? What was it? Fick-Fillet made a really good point. Seeing as the exosuits were initially won through, like, the live service of the game, you know, why wasn't the Bastion tank, like, a campaign thing? Like, what happened there? I was listening to one of his streams at work, but I remember he brought that up, and then I was like, wait a minute, yeah, why did you just give us that? I mean, at the time, everyone was like, ooh, you know, like magpies, isn't it? Ooh, shiny. Hell yeah. Why wasn't that like a 2-week campaign? Like, that's what I want to know. Stuff like that. The thinking behind it. Just doesn't make sense. Oh, the Helldivers are down. Cleaning up shop. Job done. Here we go. In some cases, changes have not been communicated with the clarity we intend. Clarity there has to be as well. When it comes to clarity, doesn't something have to be there already for there to be clarity? If nothing's there, then clarity's not involved. So there's nothing there in the first place. So I don't know what he's talking about there. We're continuing to improve our internal process. So patch notes, in some cases, changes have been communicated have not been communicated with the clarity we intend, and we are continuing to improve our internal process so patch notes more accurately reflect gameplay adjustments. We told you that is what we wanted. We have now asked a question as to why that isn't the case. You've just explained what we've asked for. At no point is that question answered. In multiple updates, there have been hidden changes to weapons or enemies. Why are they not announced in the patch notes? We want our patch notes to be as clear and complete as possible to the level of detail that matters to our players. In some cases, changes have not been communicated with the clarity we intend, and we are continuing to improve our internal process so patch notes more accurately reflect gameplay adjustments. We are also working on how we explain balance updates more clearly, especially when a change can have effects across multiple weapons, enemies, and gameplay systems. Now, I've not got a PhD in anything. I'm a crayon-eating idiot, but correct me if I'm wrong, but not one sentence, and I know there's only 3, in that subsection answers any of that. Any of it. Why aren't details in patch notes? We're going to add details to patch notes. It's rough. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, how can someone even sit there, read that as an answer and be like, can't wait? What? What? We had orders about FRVs. If we get a new FRV, it would be from a Galactic War campaign. That's what I'm saying, dude. Make things interesting again. Moving on. So none of this already. You can't expect... Okay. Will we get more frequent updates about the game? Yes, improving how regularly and clearly we communicate is a priority to us. No, it's not. Because you just made that apparent here. You've just answered this with this. We're moving toward more consistent communication updates with deeper conversations happening more often. In the near term, the conversations will be focusing on the biggest issues we're seeing from players, including tech and performance improvements, the vision for game balance moving forward, player progression from the broader player experience within the Galactic War, tech and performance issues. Out of all of this, this line here is the only thing that is separate from everything else. The vision for game balance moving forward. Evolving major orders into longer... No. Branching outcomes that create... Oh, no, with the meta progression. That's it. Improving meta progression. Tech and performance improvements. Because they're not explaining what meta progression means, I'm just going to assume it's self-aware and involved in itself. You know? So tech and performance improvements. Sounds pretty meta. The vision for game balance moving forward. Evolve, no. Branching outcomes, no, not the one. Where is it? Significantly expanded the team in working areas, reflecting how important these long-term systems are for the overall player experience. Maybe I am reaching there. The vision for game balance moving forward. Maybe I'm reaching there. But again, these long-term systems are for the overall player experience. I would say the long-term balancing of the game is vital for the player experience. So yeah, actually, again, player progression and broader player experience within the Galactic War. There you go. Meta progression and the Galactic War. I know I used that for tech and performance improvements, but because they're not being clear, who the fuck knows at this point? Player progression and broader player experience within the Galactic War. So yeah, out of all of this so far, one line of sentencing is the only thing that separates itself from everything else. Damn it. Oh, God. Sorry, hold on. Here we go. Ba-da-bum. Sorry, just... Where is it? There it is. Mute. Yes, muted. Cool. Sorry, I had a notification saying that my stream had dropped, but it hadn't. And that's statistic. Hold on, stream settings. Oh, health. There we go. Oh, no. Right. I got an error on YouTube, but it's okay now. Cool. Let's move. Sorry, let's see if I can figure out where that error kept coming from. Sorry, everybody. I know there ain't really anybody watching, but let's maybe that can work. Nope. Damn it. Still getting used to all of these new Stream encountered an output error while starting, unable to open output destination. Check your internet and reach it. What do you mean? I'm connected. I'm already streaming. Oh, well, vertical YouTube ain't working. Come on. I don't know why that just suddenly happened. Oh, okay. Alongside this, we'll be more transparent about community feedback, including what we're seeing, what we're prioritizing, and what actions we're taking. You'll start to see this reflected more clearly in patch notes and other updates. What quality of life upgrades and changes will we see for the Galactic War? Maybe variation in reward types, like when we used to get stratagems as rewards. Will we do more community-driven events with rewards like that? Good news. Updates to the Galactic War and its rewards are coming this summer. You said that here. We've seen the feedback around rewards, and we want them to feel more distinctive, more meaningful, more worthy of the battles you're fighting. Yes. I miss things like Malevolent Creek, you know. Please make that happen again. Because that was when the game really made me fall in love with it, was the way that the community reacted when major orders were happening. It was like I mentioned, I used to check the subreddit so frequently in the early days because people were actively like posting, move to this planet because blah, blah, blah. And that was when there was even less detail on the galactic map. So people were trying to figure stuff out themselves while it was going on. Like there's a reduced threat rate on that planet, and if we take that will stop the feed to that planet. Like that just doesn't like feel like it matters anymore. At least to me. This includes adding greater variety to rewards and bringing back more of the excitement players have called out, including things like stratagem unlocks. Yeah, exactly. So you've just answered that up there as well. We also want the Galactic War itself to feel more reactive to player reactions with events and outcomes that carry more weight. You said that evolving major orders into longer branching outcomes. Yeah. You've said that up there. Okay. We'll be sharing more details on this soon, on the contact's progression. Again, that's not what we want to hear. We want to hear about it because you've had a very long time to do all of this. Particularly with this, will you ever have public beta testing? What is your beta testing process like now? Yes, expanding how we test updates with players is a priority for us. We're exploring having more closed and public beta testing. What does that mean? We're exploring. Where the fuck are you going? Why do you need to hike? I don't want bullshit bingo buzzwords. Corporate lingo. God, it just sounds like David Brent. Do you know what I mean? It feels like David Brent has written this. That's the dude from The Office in the UK. One of the with the goal of getting broader feedback, especially for balance changes before they go live. Sea of Thieves have been doing that for years. Now, that community is toxic. And I don't ever recall ever seeing anything get leaked from their public test servers. Really, if I did see something, there was only like a handful of things across all those years. Today, we run closed playtests that cover both new content and balance changes, as well as wider internal studio playtests. I don't believe that. Going forward, we're looking at ways to separate these out so we can test balance more openly where it makes sense. Yeah, I think it is utterly impossible to comprehend why you don't have a public test server already. It makes no sense. You've had so much time to develop that. So much time. Team Fortress 2 and Warframe have been doing good for some time. It's crazy what's going on, in my opinion. It's mental. Overall, our goal is to expand the footprint of our testing programs and bring more of the community into that process. Stop repeating the same sentence in different words. Did my PC just freeze? I think it just froze. Oh, we're back. There we go. I don't know what that locked up for. And it's done it again. The hell? Oh, I know why. I know why. Sorry, everybody. Something was installing in the background. Jesus Christ. There we are. Okay. I was trying to, because I'm still installing everything again on the streaming PC, so I'm trying to be as efficient as I can with the time that I get, you know. Overall, our goal is to expand the footprint of our testing program. Okay. Why did you put exosuits in the Exo Experts Warbond? Does this mean we won't get exosuit for free ever again? I still don't understand that, but now we know that the customization's not happening, isn't it? The goal with the Exo Experts Warbond was to create something that felt thematically strong. What does thematically mean? What does that mean? Let's have a look. In a way that relates to or is organized based on a specific subject. Oh, right. Okay. Okay. Sorry, everyone. And exciting with exosuits as a core part of that fantasy. That said, we've seen the feedback around how that landed, especially when it comes to expectations around how players unlock major gameplay items like exosuits. More broadly, we want to strike the right balance between what's included in Warbonds and what's available through gameplay, so that rewards feel both exciting and fair. And to be clear, yes, you will be getting other vehicles through gameplay in the future. Jesus Christ, they actually said something. Actually said something. A real straight answer. We've had 2. Tech and performance improvements. And that. When will we get new red stratagems and ship modules? We've got teams actively working on both new red stratagems, evolving ships, and player progression to level 150 and beyond. When? Because this has been asked for a very long time. And they've had a lot of time to do it. Our goal is to expand these areas in ways that add meaningful new options and support different play styles rather than just adding more for the sake of it. We'll be sharing more details. Just nothing. Nothing said at all. Stop ruining the game. Stop the balancing updates. It's a co-op game in a PvE environment. Why do things need to be nerfed, buffed, like it's some sort of PvP game where the balance actually matters there? No co-op game had this sort of balancing post-launch. You guys are never going to find any sort of balance in a co-op PvE. And then when you balance stuff, you constantly ruin things. So why waste time with balancing after something is out? If something was seen as good, it stayed good. If something was bad, it stayed bad, and that was the end of it. Dang. Just trying to comprehend here. Folks are annoyed because the patches for Helldivers are bad or because they were already made previously. They're mad because they've... The main issues were... Hold on. The durability was one of them. They increased the durability of all enemies, but they just said they've had your durability increased. There was no data with it at all. Yeah, no worries, Rokane. Is there a live stream later? I'm not too sure, mate. I don't think so. This might be the only one. I'm going to jump into the game soon, but sorry to disappoint, mate. But yeah, now the durability is increased across all factions because they did it before, like with a third. Can't remember the name of the patch that did it. And now everything's stronger just as the Exosuits Warbond comes out. So it's like you don't have to, but the incentive's there, you know, to push you in that direction. The same they did with stealth builds. They're fixing things when Warbonds come out. And that's slimy. Very slimy. We said silencers weren't, like weapons that were using silencers weren't working properly for a long time. Never got fixed. The stealth Warbond comes out. Oh, we fixed a few things for you. Oh, huh? Funny that. Fire got fixed in the same way, and as well, like the way they've been doing things, it's not been good. It's not been good. But with this, a lot of people were asking for endgame stuff, or at least to be like, what's going on in that area? Trying to hear. So this would help you understand the situation as well. I guess, Silver, because this is what he's updated things with. Hey, everyone. Feels like there's so much hate, misinformation. Oh, no, it's not that. Hey, everyone. I want to thank you all for taking the time to ask questions, challenge me, and share your frustration. Honestly, I did this AMA because I saw the disappointment, criticism, and mistrust in this subreddit, and it got to me. I wanted to get a better sense of understanding of what was at the heart of it. A lot of the points that you make are fair. Some are very painful to read, but I know that it comes from a group of players that care deeply about Helldivers and wants it to remain special. Oh, damn. We're attacking a lot of people. Before I go, I thought I'd bring up the topic about console crashes. It didn't seem to get talked about much, but every time after a mission ends, games crash randomly. Yeah, the crashes are apparent as well, because I believe I can't remember who this dude is, but there's a guy that's got a spreadsheet of all the bugs that have been reported and stuff like that. I'd have to move the screen over, but I was going to look at it a little bit later on. But yeah, everybody, but again, people have been complaining about console crashes and lockups for quite a long time now. No talk. Crickets. Okay. Some are very painful to read, blah, blah, blah. So my takeaway from this is as follows. You want the game to deepen. Old systems, gear, progression, resources, and the galactic war need more attention. You want more meaningful reasons to keep playing beyond the next war bond. You want underused equipment to have purpose, long-term progression to feel worthwhile, and community actions to result in memorable moments again. Feels like a lot of people in this area that had played the game since launch that have got more than, like, say, 400 hours or something like that, more than 300, 400 hours. Sounds like they're the ones that really should really give something to them. Do you know what I mean? Because at the moment, it does feel like this is being catered to. And it makes me wonder whether Sony or, what's the name? Who's the Chinese company that bought 10%? I can't remember. 10-bit, I think their name was, or something. Can't remember. Damn it. Makes me wonder whether there's a little bit of outside nudging going on. Do you know what I mean? Because there seems to be more war bonds than anything else. Anything else. It feels like the care of the game is dying. You know? It feels like it's getting a Team Fortress 2 moment. Oh, where are you moving to, Egret? Okay, let's finish this AMA up as well. Furthermore, the concerns that the war bonds can feel like they are moving faster than fixes. There you go. Polish and systemic improvements, which is not the intent, but perception matters. You have to be so far up your own arse to not even notice that. It's wild. Trust is not rebuilt by me saying, yeah, sometime in the future. Do you know what's interesting? Trust is not rebuilt by me saying, yeah, sometime in the future. So why did you fill the first response back with, we'll let you know in due time? You did this. You did this to try and build a bridge. We told you what was wanted. You walked away. Well, we're going to find out how you've taken everything shortly. But you've fallen at the first hurdle, dude. Astounding. No matter what year we're on, Sony always seems to make things worse for themselves. The 30-day purchase in their store says it all. What's the 30-day purchase? What's that? I've got a PSN, but it's kind of my wife's, really. I don't play it. Oh, another part of town. Oh, cool. I hope you get it fixed as well, Egret, because I know you'd be itching to play Helldivers. Furthermore, we've read that. It is by action alone over time that clearly says that we are listening and acting in good faith. Oof. Furthermore, there we go. Action this week. I will talk to the direction team about how we can align more with the expectations that you have on the development of Helldivers. You want us to communicate better. That means accurate patch notes, transparency around priorities, more accurate known issues, and less resilience on me or someone from Arrowhead randomly jumping in to figure things out like this. Oh, the irony. When our communication fails, you guys, when our communication fails, you guys fill in the blanks. And right now, many of those blanks are being filled with mistrust, and that is on us. Whoops. I will report back once every other week, starting this week, with where we are, what our thoughts are, and how we are moving forward. Give him his due. They did that. They did that. It was awful, but they did it. That's what matters. So basically, if you purchase the game these days from the PlayStation Store, if you haven't connected to the internet in 30 days period, the game no longer becomes playable. More reason. That's what? You wouldn't download a game. Yeah, you would at this point. What? What is that policy? It's insane. It's ridiculous. It's almost as ridiculous as this, if not more. So yeah, he's reported back. So we've got to give him that at least. I can't promise every specific request in this thread. I can't promise instant solutions. Helldivers is too is a large, complicated game, and some of these issues are genuinely difficult, but that's not an excuse for standing still. No, all we want to know is why they're difficult. Give us the reasons. Tell us why the test server isn't here. We want to know. Just saying, oh, we're exploring things. Shut up. Shut up. It means nothing. It's just bullshit bingo. That's all it is. It's corporate dictionary choices. God, it's frustrating as hell, man. This conversation has helped me understand your frustration a whole lot better. No, it hasn't. This is not only a demand for more, it is a demand for meaningful changes, higher standards, better maintained systems, and clearer communication. And in the end, a game that continues to feel worthy of the passion you, the community, has given it. That's a bold statement, that one. A game that continues to feel worthy of the passion you, the community, has given it. Because, thank you to everyone who participated. Right, let's go to just the answered ones, because I think it gets to a point where you end up finding out that endgame stuff is just not happening. What do you mean by this? Other folks at Arrowhead have said balancing is done collaboratively by everyone on the combat team. It is collaborative, but 100 devs balancing together doesn't make it better. Surely more the merrier. Please. Maintaining a document. Oh, yeah, this is the guy that was maintaining the document. So he's actually, Pilested's actually got to that. That's great. Because this thing contains an exorbitant amount of bugs. An array. There is an answer on here that speaks about endgame. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I'm using Opera, and I never really use it. So this is kind of a mistake. I don't know how to find stuff. The hell. Nope. Can't find on page. Don't know how to do it with this browser. I do not like that. That sucks. Anyway. Discussion about improving the existing systems such as progression, where unfortunately we've been pushing hard to meet what we see as the expectation on content for each new big update, which unfortunately means that the team is forced to down prioritize what we already have. Like, people have been asking for weapon progression for so long, because if we go back to this, right? So we're here, May 8th, with another statement, again, because we're in Electric Boogaloo at the moment. We're in the sequel. We're doing Evil Dead 2. But this was 2 years ago. 2. I want to directly address the feedback you've raised about the Escalation of Freedom update. We've spent the last week listening to feedback, reflecting about the path ahead for Helldivers 2 and how we want to continue developing the game. In short, we didn't hit our target with the latest update. Some things we just didn't get right, and other more fundamental inconsistencies in our approach. Sorry, I was looking for saying in our approach to game balance and game direction. We are back here again, 2 years in the past, or 2 years in the future. Excuse me. All of that is on us, and we're going to own that. Again, explaining what we already know. All right, it's our fault. What? Why were those words the first choice? One of the first choices of sentencing to come out of your mouth. Whatever. All of that is on us, and we're going to own that. I hope you are. Good. As many of you have pointed out, and we agree, what matters most now is action, not talk. To that end, here's what we intend to do on the incoming updates. Our aim within the next 60 days, continue to re-examine our approach, explore, to balance. Our intention is that balance should be fun, not balanced for the sake of balance. 2 years later. 2 years later. Update how the fire damage mechanic works to tweak how the flamethrower serves as a close-range support weapon. Serves as a close-range support weapon. Pretty sure the most major bug right now, one of them, is the fact that fire, with one of the exosuits, along with the sentry and the flamethrowers themselves, there's a proximity at close range that doesn't affect any enemy. Any of them. 2 years ago. 2 years ago. They either broke it or they never fixed it. Rework gameplay to prevent excessive ragdolling. I think the top here. Hold on. Ragdolling. I can't remember where it is. It's one of the top on this Excel spreadsheet. And it's labeled as being there for a very long time. 2 years ago. Rethink our design approach to primary weapons and create a plan for making combat more engaging. We're just going to make everything stronger. Cool. Thanks for that. Reprioritize bug fixes so that more immediate gameplay impacting bugs are prioritized. 2 years ago. When was this article? Hold on. How can I word this? Who's that? Oh, it's a bot because no one's watching. How can I word this? Let me try something. Hold on, everybody. Let's go to chat for a second. Hold on. Hold on. Up. One thing I want to check. Okay, it does work. Right. Hold on. Cool. There we go. Okay. Since this Reddit post using Swedish employment laws. Hold on, I can't spell. Please calculate. I still can't even type. How many hours within a working week, including national Swedish holidays, I guess. Sorry, I need a burp. Since the dread post using Swedish employment laws, please calculate how many hours within a working week, including that, have passed since this message was posted on the subreddit. I want to see how many hours they have had to complete anything. Because we've now gone 2 years back into the past. And I find it strange. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. We go. Hold on. There we are. Pro? Jesus Christ, I just want it fast. Here we go. Go on, Helldivers. Alright. I don't want a calculation, I just need you to tell me. They have had... That's crazy. That is not even close to what I would have guessed. That is insanity. They have had 3,500 hours. And we've had... Here, let's ask this now then. How many war bonds have been released in the video game Helldivers 2 since that same Reddit post? Because I know there's been four war bonds outsourced that weren't developed in-house. How many has there been? 11. 11 war bonds. That's crazy, dude. I can't believe that. That's mad. There's no way. That is real. Huh. I wanted the music playing. Why isn't the music not playing? Here we go. So there have been 11 war bonds and we still have shit that's been an issue. Rework charges. We're back to square one with that. They've slowed down. They've sped up their turning ability. And wasn't it, I think as well, people were saying like the chargers' butts were too durable. And I think they did something about that, didn't they? But yeah, now they've sped up how fast they turn around. So why do that? There's no point. Oh, adapt to it. But it makes no... You can kill it in many ways. What does it matter? Then you're just starting a pigeonhole. Rethink our design approach. Oh yeah, prioritize bug fixes so that more immediate gameplay impacting bugs are prioritized. Ragdolling's still an issue. Exploring creation of an opt-in beta test environment to improve our testing process. We consider this a high priority. It's considered a high priority to create a test server. They've had, but in that time, they have created 11 war bonds, 4 that were outsourced, and they have had 3,500 employment hours to do something. And it's and in the 2 years, that they have had, and the 3,500 hours, not even in this have they said anything about opting into it. If anything, they've regressed what was to be said. Damn it, twins. I thought I disabled the channel points. I can't get Streambot to work at the moment. Thank you, though, mate. I'm very sorry. I will Venmo you your channel points. How you doing, mate? You all right? So yeah, they've regressed. Post regular player surveys to gather more insights and feedback from the community. The problem with those, though, is you get the survey, but then you don't hear anything back. Like, you don't, like, what are you doing? That's what we wanted to know. People make these suggestions and, like, nothing, then you don't hear anything about it. That was 2 years ago. Post regular player surveys to gather more insights and feedback from them. Yeah, you do that. Improve our process for patch/release notes, providing more context and reasoning behind changes. 2 years ago. And they're not even elaborating here. 2 years ago. Oh yeah, we heard we need to have more clarity when it comes to the information we divulge in our patch notes. Let's go back to the past. Yeah, more blog posts. Oh, that's it. Improve our process for patch/release notes, providing more context and reasoning behind changes. What is going on in 3,500 working hours alongside 11 war bonds, paid content? Why is this on the back foot? Why is it on the back foot? That's what we want to know. Could you imagine if Arrowhead were publicly traded? Are they publicly traded? Are Arrowhead publicly traded? Hold on, because I don't think they're publicly traded. Yeah. So, could you imagine if they were publicly traded? They would not have a chance in their quarter. Their share costs would be awful. Yeah, 10 cent, that's it. 15% stake. How much is a share? I'd like to know. Because they're private, yeah, you cannot buy it, yeah. Okay. It's kind of crazy to me how not a single core new mechanic has been added to the game like the Do you know what I mean? You want to increase the scope of the galactic war. You make such a good point, twins. What do you mean I don't know, Egret? What are you saying I don't know about, mate? Oh, the stock, yeah. The idea of adding a clan system just broadens the scope of the galactic war, and it increases so much more stuff that you could, like, do. And I don't understand how in 3,500 hours and 11 war bonds, like, nothing of substance. Let's forget the war bonds, because 2 years ago, there was stuff that we were asking for. Helmets, yeah. Helmets. And now the durability, I think it was Odo found out, wasn't it? The durability changes now cause, I think, like, for you to receive more damage on your head again. I think that was an issue in the past. I'm tired, man. More blog posts and streams where we expand on these topics for those interested. Guess who's interested? The majority of your core audience. Because I know if you go to the Steam page, the store page, we're on mostly negative. Where is the excuse me. Where's the show graph? Oh, there it is. They're increasing again, you know? It's crazy, man. It's really crazy. And what was it? I saw Thick earlier as well. He was going into, I think he was loading up like the core data within like the web browser side of things, and he was changing the values. And most of the negative, I think it was most of the negative comments, or the comments from 400 hours and above are mixed. I think it was mixed. I'm not too sure. Yeah, this was 2 years ago. Oh, and I think this was from a developer, wasn't it? I appreciate that there is more communication. No, we're not reading comments from 2 years ago, in actual fact. So someone posted this on the low sodium one, a permanent endgame solution and pseudo D11, dives of no return. And I kind of found this kind of interesting. Let's get a bit closer. Welcome to my huge yap session. Let's get right into it. What I am attempting to achieve here. Didn't they say they were intentionally left out certain changes in the patch notes for clarity? Right. It's like it was the durability argument. It's like, we've added durability. Okay. What is the number? Because we're getting sick of having to rely on data miners. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy. But this, I want to quickly read over this. I just saw this. I haven't even read it. I just saw it and it sounded interesting. Because people are creating their own galactic war at the moment. For instance, people have started making their own galactic war. It's a completely new story to the base game, new custom environments, rebalanced enemies, better enemy spawns, new tools such as custom mechs, new modifiers. They also told us that they couldn't... Is it numbers based? What do they mean? Exactly. But now people were actually... This is another interesting thing. They said that they couldn't... You couldn't add a number of mechs, certain number of mechs at a time in a game because it would crash the game. But then modders were just like, what do you mean? And they just start throwing in everything. We're like, what do you mean? It won't because it's not crashing. So they're being caught out for like little things like that. It baffles me. Like, it baffles me to think that they don't anticipate data miners going all out, you know? Anyway. I want to see this, yeah. Permanent endgame solution and pseudo dive 11. Dives of no return. Add a time investment endgame activity that adds difficulty without being another difficulty. Right, gives players an opportunity to earn currencies and experience at a faster rate. Cool. Lets players approach operations in unique and coordinated ways. I don't like that because it's kind of the same as what the Sea of Thieves developers used to say. This will bring new and exciting things. Subjective, anecdotal. Like, let players approach operations in a unique and coordinated ways. I'm like, you might think that, I might not. But whatever. Like, reward Galactic War fans with an opportunity to boost liberation even further. Good. What are dives of no return? They are not just more enemies and structures. Sometimes more, sometimes the opposite. Similar identity to D10, but with changed mechanics, same modifiers, objectives, enemy pools, etc. I keep hearing... Unlocked after completing D10 operation, Dives of No Return would be the game's dedicated endless mode. Pre-made squads go through a series of missions, but do not return to the Super Destroyer upon mission completion. Pelican sends them straight to the next, right until their resources run dry. You keep your exact equipment, including equipped support stratagems, on your person as Pelican drops you off at the next mission extract. Cooldowns are kept, and yes, I know the whole limited exosuits and laser orbital thing, but that is a problem that should not exist in the first place and not mine to solve. Exactly. The first mission plays like just a normal operation. Think about the route, see the objective, make your loadouts, and drop from the Super Destroyer. Subsequent missions, the Helldivers will not know the objective terrain or enemies in advance. Possible missions will be any that can be found on D10 in the campaign you are diving on. Open field colonies, a city is under attack, could be your next mission. Playing automatons, Pelican might deploy... Big issue here. The first mission plays out just like a normal operation. Think about the route. What is it? Hold on. Cooldowns are kept, yes, and labs are a thing, but it's a problem. No. Where did I just read it? Hold on. The first mission, subsequent missions, the Helldivers will not know the objective, terrain, or enemies in advance. That's where balance issues comes in. And it's quite ironic that that's coming from low sodium because the majority sound like that the balances are fine. But not knowing what's on the ground is going to be a big issue. I think that's going to be a big issue for the current state of the game. The damn samples, yeah. I'm always maxed out on normal and purple samples, but the orange ones, yeah, give us reason. Why is there no reason to spend them? A clan system. You want to make a new decorative banner and you want to buy like color decals and stuff like that? Spend your super samples. Surely that's a, like, loadouts. Again, that was, those things were all asked for before the 60-day patch. 2 years ago. How on earth are you unable to develop something like a loadouts, like, subsection? I don't get it. Where has the time gone? 3,500 hours. Where's the time gone? What do they mean? It's so funny all of you have said that. It's crazy. But yeah, if you're going to dive in this proposed permanent endgame solution, immediately it fails because the balancing is the biggest issue. And not knowing what you're going down with means you could just die almost immediately. And then you're pissing in the wind. You're up shit creek without a paddle with your mouths wide open. As, damn it, I forgot his name from The Walking Dead. Great character. Okay, mechanic changes. No online matchmaking. Squads must be formed in previous public mission or a private friend group. There is no switching things people up in the middle of your endeavor. Friends not required. You can dive solo. Cool. Not knowing mission order, objectives, terrain, or enemies in advance. Can only scout out the first mission from the Super Destroyer. Start following missions at extraction zones from Pelican 1. Multi-mission reinforcement. Time budget in normal missions. Reinforcements are a safety net to exhaust, and the Super Destroyer timers give you the boundary to work in. Being shared through missions now, they are resources to carefully optimize. Yeah, makes sense. And force players to move efficiently. Yeah. Replenishing budget. The more you complete a mission, and not just blitz primary objective, you gain stars like normal operations. In Dives of No Return, every star out of 5 gives you +1 reinforcement. 2 minutes on the Super Destroyer timers. That's 5 reinforcements and 10 minutes per mission for those without a calculator. That's a cool concept. And now we're getting into the realm of roguelite, aren't we? Removal of samples from missions. By doing this, you leave more space in points of interest for medals, super credits, and support weapons for greater reward and more consistent loadout planning. Points of interest that can only spawn samples will be removed and replaced with extra enemy bases, open field, or structures that give other currencies equipment. Scaling impact, increasing difficulty in Helldivers, increases your galactic war impact and scales your experience/requisition gain up to 300% in D10. In Dives of No Return, every mission increases your galactic war impact and experience requisition gained by a further 25%, becoming increasingly better for every mission. For every mission you complete, every mission rewards a flat 10 medals. Because of these changes, resources and impact are rewarded once the squad finally falls instead of... It's a roguelite, isn't it? My hopes. Hopefully adding an endless mode with mechanical changes will provide a raid-like experience for coordinated players or friends to simply push themselves to the limit and get rewarded in the process, encouraging themselves and spurring the galactic war. It would be a good inlet for leveling weapons and perhaps could be used as a reference for balancing due to how differently it operates. However, the grand scale and time it takes to complete these dives, assuming you don't fold on the first mission, could encourage players to approach loadouts differently with more team-oriented gameplay, or perhaps scavenging the map and keeping hold of your equipment before you extract to the next mission. I know the whole no samples thing would probably be controversial, but they're kind of everywhere, and that's a point where, yeah, don't have a problem with that in any way, shape, or form. And again, this is something that can be implemented within the clan system that we've been asking for. And then there's going to be things that you can spend your samples on that gives you encouragement to therefore do a Dive of No Return, to use these samples to build decals and decorative stuff, you know? yeah, we don't have a bestiary and we can learn weak points on enemies. I was saying in the last stream I did that let's boot up Helldivers, because I might even jump into a game in a minute. But I want to look on the Super Destroyer, because I want to just point out an easy place that they can develop a bestiary, or even like a like a galactic index, Super Earth Galactic Index, or something like that. No worries, Henry, mate. No worries. Thanks for the lurk, dude. I appreciate that. That's nice of you, man. So let's boot this up. Now I could show you. Let's get rid of these dudes for a second. Hold on. Stop that. Stop it. Oh no, the Gatling barrage is clearing them and the Helldivers are here. I think that's so cool, actually. I quite like it. I'm going to leave it there. Right. So. Come on. There we go. Right. Take. I know this is obviously part of. This is part of the Super Citizen Edition, from what I believe. But anyway, take this thing, right? Put it here. Yeah? Because it brings you into one of the main places that you're dealing with your Super Destroyer. Put it here, right? We've even got marker sections for it. And it would work parallel with the steps that go down below. You can then access it and say it just brings up a screen like this. And the tabs along the top are for bestiary, the clan system, and maybe an index of Super Earth's lore. So you know what's going on. Because they said they wanted to expand the representation of what you have on the Galactic War, meaning every single diver. So, for every major order that's been completed, for every battle that's occurred that's been pretty specific, bring up a menu, an interactive little menu, because you've been updating menus recently for a lot of interactive stuff. Allow people to go back in time and see these missions and lore and statistics, because I thought it would be pretty good if under every major objective and thing that's occurred that has molded the Galactic War, it would be cool if there were statistics like you get your own player statistics and stuff like that. But for people that killed the most, did the most damage, or caused the most damage from eagles, or killed the most elite enemies, or something like that, because then if your name's there, it looks like that's you'd want to be a part of it, wouldn't you? It would be so cool. But then when we're not doing anything, when we go to the galactic table and it just says like await orders, maybe put like within the clan system that we can spend the samples on. I want to decorate. I want to change the color of these. I want to change the decal up here. Yeah, let me put a border around my TV. Do you know what I mean? Let me put her in some different uniform or something, and even that one over there. Let's even change how this looks. I want some like banners hanging down there. I really enjoyed Malevolent Creek. Let me put something that reminds me about the creek up here or something. Make this feel like I'm at the beginning of the movie Aliens and we're being introduced to every Marine. You know, and it's James Cameron had them decorate their lockers and armor. A shooting range, egret. Do you know what I mean? How long's that been asked for? Pet peeves on the Super Destroyer. They still have crates in front of fire extinguisher. I know. Look at that.
Helldiver.
Goddamn health hazard. I couldn't believe that when you pointed that out last time. But like, let us decorate. Let us do something. But putting that thing there, and on the topic of bestiary, allow, here's a good thing, To start unlocking the bestiary, it's going to have a page that... well, you're going to have factions, obviously. And then there are going to be pages of what the enemies are, probably from heavy, elite, or chaff, whatever you want to call them, separated. So, kill a certain amount of chaff, or whatever the enemy is, to unlock certain aspects of it. And even if it's meaningless, in the sense it's just biological data that's been found out about them by super Earth scientists. Let me unlock that stuff. It's interesting to read, and in doing so, it also lets us know weak points and what they're weak against. Fire, whether acid does, and what's their durability. Let us know what weapons work very well against them. Like, for all of this tech that's going on, right? All the bozos down here on the TV screens and this, that, and the other. Do you not think that at some point a Helldiver would be like, what's been the best one against them? Has there been any discussion? What you got to say?
I'm hoping to raise my citizenship level by the time I retire. If I ever have kids, I'd want them to be able to purchase a small pet someday, like a goldfish.
It's very sweet. But you know what I mean? Data. So then you go down to the surface. You've got a point then to play. You go down to the surface. You're then incentivized to kill everything. To scorch earth the lot. The more weapon, or you could make it solo progression, which then incentivizes you to use other weapons in the sense of that the more that you use a weapon, the more information you get from it. But if the weapon isn't any good, then you're not getting an effective amount of data. So maybe the console could tell you, be like, well, you're using this and you're getting quite a lot done with that. Do you know what I mean? Transmorg's not happening, apparently. Transmorg's not happening whatsoever from what we last heard. Hold on. I think it's one of these. Hold on. Any current to expand on progression systems, whether implemented already or not. A massive grievance, people. Weapon customization was added, but it seemed to essentially... Again, I don't know how to find... Is it F11? No. I can't remember what one it is. F10? No. F9? No. There's an answer somewhere that talks about Transmorg, and it's not... They're just like, it's not in the pipeline. Control T. No. Not bad. Is discussion with armor customization on the table? Mixing and matching perks, or at least Transmorg. Weapon customization, are you planning to go any deeper with it? I like the system, but it currently feels bare bones with some weapons. Like, a lot more could be done with them. Or will more different weapons that are just modified versions of older weapons be available through war bonds? Ship modules. It's been well over a year since we've had any. Any more being worked on? End game progression. 150 don't mean much. 2 years down the line, many players like myself are way past that 1.2 million experience mark. Anyway, I love the game. I just want it to succeed so we can keep enjoying the better experience. Fantastic. Oh, Control F. Thank you, dude. Fantastic question. Answer. And this is, I think, one... Yeah, I downvoted it. Can't believe it even got 12 upvotes. It's wild. What was his last answer? 37, but yeah. Perks and Transmorg. I think we need to update our original direction as the system has exploded. What does that mean? What does that mean? Let's go to read. We're back on read. What does that mean? It is beyond what was originally intended, basically giving a small passive thematic to the armor. This is, however, a discussion not happening right now. Thanks. Cool. Weapon customization was deemed as not as significant in resolving the lack of progression, but I personally think we just need more of it. But it is currently down prioritized. So Transmorg, nope. Weapon customization, nope. It's all the way back down there. Ship modules, big news in the future. Can't say more. That's not why you're here. You're meant to answer. You're meant to answer. Endgame. This is the worst one. Endgame. Oh, you sweet endgame summer child. That's now Like, you've created an awful phrase that will haunt you. But really, this is our Achilles heel. So many of you hardcore players want it, but it satisfies a small portion of the player base, and we currently are focusing on the broad effect. Lies. Lies. Lies, lies, lies. But really, this is our Achilles heel. So many of you hardcore players want it, but it satisfies a small portion of the player base. Lies. I'm not a developer, but being able to equip a different color of the same armor is not difficult. Modders are starting to prove the developers wrong. I think the developers said they couldn't allow more exosuits than, I think, one in the loadout, because they're like, oh, it crashed the game. Modders have just been like, no, it won't. Modders are even putting epochs on the arms of the exosuits to just demonstrate, no, we can do this. It's easy. We're doing it. Twins is crazy, mate. It's concerning. It's very concerning. But I love the game. I love the game so much. Let's go back to it. Sorry, where am I? There we are. There are things in plans, but they are some ways off. It really comes down to time. Not enough time. Not enough time. What do you mean?
Freedom be with you, Helldiver.
Freedom be with you. What do you mean? Not enough time. Don't piss on me and tell me it's raining. Do you know what I mean? Don't piss on me and tell me it's raining. I mean, where do you go? Where do we go from this? Small part of our player, but and it's not like it's just completely made up. It's from helldive.live. Like, it's from the place that aggregates usage. You know? It's mad, dude. It's mad. And it's like, I don't hate the game. I don't. I love it. But to sit there and think that everything's like sunshine and rainbows is so short-sighted. I'm just lurking here to cope and vent. I really hope this summer they do something great, but hope is little. Metro, welcome. Welcome to the community, my man. No problems at all. I'm going to take a small break in a moment. I'm going to get a drink and this, that, the other, but I'm going to be going through a few other things on Reddit from the Fallout. The reason I'm doing this as well, and I'm glad that there are people that are watching that aren't still up to date with everything that's going on, because I'm not. I haven't had time to really make any meaningful content on the channel. I've only been able to do shorts here and there, but we're going through it at the moment. We've got some more things to read, but of course this is a place where you can vent, but at the same time I don't want this to be a place where it doesn't allow both sides of the story, you know, because I have actively been asking, like, for instance, Odo's Glaze Divers are ruining Helldivers 2. That video, I think, is because obviously the community is as split as it ever has been. And I watched Odo's and I was like, dude's got receipts, everything's there, blah, blah, blah. I want to see a rebuttal. I'm not capable of it because most of everything he says is correct, in my opinion. And instead of putting myself on the floor, he has the floor. He's done it. He's done a very good job of detailing lots of stuff, even prior to it. Excuse me, not that one particularly. What one was it? It was the AMA. Excuse me, the AMA, the 42-minute one. It was very, very well put together. The only thing I haven't seen is a rebuttal. All I've been reading is anecdotal takes. Everyone grabbed a hold of the Hive Guard thing because it was low-hanging fruit. And that was the reason it got elevated to what it was, because it was low-hanging fruit. It was the thing that the developers could do immediately as a good PR move. It was a very good PR move. I wasn't bothered about the Hive Guard change. I dealt with it. I shot underneath it with my sweeper. It was easy to deal with. But what I didn't like is that it happened, because there was no point. There was no one sitting there going, oh my god, the Hive Guard is just awful. Can someone rework the Hive Guard? Nobody. Nuh-uh. Nobody mentioned a thing about the Hive Guard. It gets changed. And everyone, of course, is just like, we just want to know why. At least I did. I was like, what? It makes sense. But I'm still waiting for someone to create a rebuttal to it. Because if the White Crydivers, whatever people want to call them, are wrong, it should be easy to rebuttal their claims, you know? This is how I kind of fell out of love with Sea of Thieves, just developers who just refuse to listen. Exactly. And we can see where Sea of Thieves has been going. Like, I always loved the game, but it's not just in a state of how I want it to be, right? Or how it should be, for what at least the majority are enjoying, you know? But yeah, Transmorg, endgame, any endgame stuff, not happening. Endgame, oh, you sweet endgame summer child. God, it's so, like... It's rude. It's just... Like... If you was at work and you were asking your boss about something that had gone, like, wrong or whatever, like, you just wanted to know about a change of employment or something like that. There you go. You want to know about a change of employment. Can you imagine if your boss said to you, oh, you sweet endgame summer child? What? Like, what? It's more like saying just like, shut up. Just stop. How dare he say that? it's like, I can't believe he typed that and was like, this is going to cook. What? I think I might change the title of the stream to Oh Sweet Summer Child. Actually, I'm going to do that right now. Sweet endgame summer child saves Helldivers. There we go. Sweet endgame summer child saves Helldivers. Louis came and said hello a second ago. Okay. I'm starting to second playthrough of Mouse PI. I keep meaning to buy that for my wife. You've just reminded me I need to get that on Steam. Because it's like she likes all that kind of artwork. You know, Steamboat Willie sort of thing. I'm definitely going to give that a go. Right. Bear with me, guys. I'm going to take a little break for a couple of minutes. I will be back. I'll be back. But, hold on. Let me adjust. Hold on. Let me make a little note. Hold on.
Take a moment to mourn.
And then we'll come back. Right, be right back. I'm in a break. Okay. So, I'm going to have a tiny little break, and then we'll be back to look at some more. This is a game that I have to spend a lot of money and time on. Not high school. You don't talk to me. That's... yeah, exactly. Excuse me, miss. Like, no. Not on. But if we're going to go by his claims, we should be getting something this week. Or maybe towards the end of the week. I'm not too sure. But anyway, I'll be right back, everybody. Won't be too long. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. I'll see you soon. Where is it? Be right back. Where is my BRB button? Where is thy BRB? There it is. See you in a minute. let's get stuck into some games, eh? All right. Okay. Get rid of that. Hold on. Hey, great. Good to see you. What I'm going to do, hold on. Transparent chat needs... Let's increase that a bit. Still adjusting some things, you know, so... Here and there. Everywhere. Okay. Let's get a couple of games in. Got to drink water as well. Change the armor quick. I want the siege ready. It's up here, isn't it? I'm gonna go for... Where's the sweep? Where's my sweeper? I do like the sweeper a lot. A lot. Bum bum bum. Bum. Oh, we are doing Vernon Wells. But it's all kicking off on the boats. Defend Zygos against 2 attacks from the Terminids. I guess we're going to do that then. See what we got. When do you, have you got a date planned for when you're getting your PC sorted out, Egret? We've got olive cheese, Big Mac patty whack, and input lag. Nice.
FTL jump.
Right, what are we doing? Okay.
Mission coordinates locked.
Let's...
Help
Sorry to hiss down the... Might take the belt-fed grenade launcher. Have I even unlocked it yet? I don't think I have. I think I was just bitter about the grenade launcher, you know? Bullet storm. Supplies. No. Laser. Throwables needs to be impact incendiary. Or the incendiary in general. Dum, dum, dum. No worries, mate. We'll get some, Oh, welcome back home, though, mate. But, we'll get some Far Far West in. But also some Helldivers, too. We've got some bits to do, man. You have a good one, dude. Thanks for dropping in, mate. I appreciate you, dude. See you later, boys. Cheers for your presence, twins. Absolute. Alright. I think I've got everything. Other than my laser rover. Go, 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 go. Can't move, can't move. Why is it not letting me move? Jesus Christ. So I was moving through mud.
You are the best of the best. Live up to your name. Live up to freedom.
Requesting sentry.
Deploying sentry.
Marking location. East. Never mind. Sentry.
I do love a bullet storm. See what I mean? They changed the durability on turrets and they don't even last fucking 2 seconds. Useless. I knew I shouldn't have brought it. There's a reason I stopped bringing them. God damn it, that's frustrating. And now look. There we go. Like skeet shooting. Wow! And laser rover works like a UAV. It's great. Oh god! bullet storm. Nice. Whoa! Missed that one.
Tagging location. Cancel that. Heavy. East. Reloading.
I'm very happy with this sweeper. Very happy. Beautiful. Got me out of a sticky situation just then. Can't see. Yeah. That's the one thing I love about a bullet storm. It's done already. Do you know what I mean? It's ready to go.
Calling down a sentry.
Oh no, B2's there.
Watching here.
Unleashing democracy.
Pointlessly placed that.
Requesting sentry. Orbital inbound.
Calling down a support weapon. Marking location. Southeast. Never mind.
I thought Sentry was doing some bits then, but maybe not. Nice. That's what I wanted to bring, the grenade launcher, but... Whoa!
Heavy.
Saw him at the last
Calling
minute.
in reinforcements.
Request approved. Deploying reinforcements.
Support weapon.
See if we can get to higher ground.
That's called democracy. I'm out.
Too far.
Mag's empty. Last reload.
Whoa!
Reloading.
Nice. Got that dealt with quick. Lovely jubbly. Whoa! I hope there's... Damn it, I thought that... Oh, yeah, there was. Cool. No. That was friendly fire, I saw that.
Reinforcing.
Well, yeah, hold on a minute. Ah, I wondered how you died.
Request approved. Reinforcements on the way.
Joining the
All right.
tagging map. Northwest.
Let's go.
100 meters.
I don't have a bullet storm.
Objective near your position.
Dropping a pin. East. 300 meters. Requesting.
Let's get a bullet storm down.
Sending down sentry.
Requesting advanced weaponry.
Calling down a sentry.
Nice.
Fire in the hole.
Jesus. Oh. Ah, sneaky, sneaky. I'm going to get my head taken off here in any minute, you know. Oh. Oh, look.
Mag's empty.
Damn.
Requesting walker.
That'll do.
How'd you like to chase all freedom? Thank you. I'm on it.
I'll get the other one. Incoming. Dude.
Requesting orbital. Requesting air support. Sending in an Eagle. Second, cancel that. Heavy. Southwest. Close.
Come on. I'll do the trick.
Last reload.
Woo!
Out of ammo.
Damn it. Didn't do well with that one. Alright, you're allowed to merge through charges, but we're... Ah!
Calling in
My bad, sorry, mate. Oh my god, that's a lot.
Requesting air.
Better get the other bullet storm. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is.
Eagle 1 rearming. Be back shortly.
Where is it? What? Oh, over there.
Bug outpost.
So it's 1-1 with Tottenham in a minute, isn't it? For a penalty that shouldn't have been a penalty. How you doing though, man? You good? Ah! Oh, let's get up. Not doing my part. Gatling sentry, let's get you back up.
Tagging map. Northeast. 300 meters.
Affirmative.
I'll save that Gatling. How you doing though, man? You good? Welcome, welcome. I don't even know what time. Is it still 1-1? I think it is. Get that stamina back. How are you feeling about the state of the game at the moment, mate? Always nice to get another bit of discussion in. Gotta get that nest down, wherever it is. Where is it?
Main objective near your position.
I kind of do feel like I need stims. Well, not stims, grenades, but... Oh, what am I doing? There we go. This one. Idiot. Right, okay, we're good. We got the wobbling charger corpse.
Back in action.
Still there.
Bug hot spotted. Prepare to
Quick little refresh rate on this loadout, which is nice. In the middle. Nice. Ah, perfect. Oh no, don't need stims, but I'll take that.
last reload.
Come on, come on. Uh-oh. I hear commotion.
Calling down a sentry.
Let's go with B2.
Outpost cleared.
I thought we had done that one. I do like these new biomes. They look really good. Let me refresh the chatters. There we go. Let's get the sentry out here as well, so it can give protection to the mortar.
Mag's empty.
Damn, that come with 8. Nice. Oh god. Oh dear lord.
Sending in an Eagle.
Do some numbers, do some numbers. Nice. Let's go. Right, what else we got? That's a busy looking nest, isn't it? I ain't got no...
Calling down supplies.
I've got no... Ah, damn.
Reinforcing!
Oh, he threw his orbital in. Whoops.
Request approved. Reinforcements have
Requesting
been
air
launched.
support!
Damn, he's dead again. Who's that?
Eagle 1 returning to destroyer for resupply.
Calling in reinforcements!
Request approved. Deploying reinforcements.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. That should have done you. Oh. Jesus, no need to be dramatic about it. Whoa! Damn, dude. The hell? Let's get some bullet storms down.
Enemy tactical asset within range.
Calling down a support weapon! I'm out!
Let's go. I need grenades.
Supplies! Last reload! Out of ammo.
Too short. Completely wasted that.
Requesting sentry! Reinforcing!
Right, you folk, it doesn't know where to go. Oh,
Bag's empty! Say hello to democracy!
got 20 in that. Clear up the last bits. Ugh. No, come on. God damn it.
Reinforcing.
I'm all the way on the other side now.
Throwing supply beacon! Helldiver, reporting to the front!
Damn it. There we go.
Thank you.
All right, okay, let's go to that one.
Northeast, 200 meters. Requesting air support.
Oh, oh God, get up. Gotcha. And we got that too. Nice. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up!
Fire in the hole.
I need that Gatling. Let's get some bullet storm. Hold on, where is it? There it is. Dude, bullet storm. Here we go.
Requesting advanced weaponry. Calling down a sentry.
So where's the other lot coming from? Get down.
Dropping item.
Southeast. Far.
What did I drop? I don't know. Said I dropped an item. I don't recall doing so.
Throwing grenade.
Nice.
Calling in reinforcements.
Half reinforcement budget remaining.
Damn it.
Request approved. Deploying reinforcements.
Right, let's go and get our gear. Or are we able to...
Ready to liberate.
Cool.
Sending down equipment package.
Oh, its legs.
Last reload. Enemy elite east close. Sending in an eagle.
I hope that doesn't hit B2. I'm sure it won't.
Democracy's on its way.
There's the bullet storm. Cool.
Objective located. Northeast.
Mission at
Let's
20 minutes
go.
remaining.
Where are they? There they are.
How about a nice cup of liberty?
Nice.
Tagging map. East. 200 meters.
Oh, we got a bug breach, yeah?
Requesting air support.
Nice.
Have a taste of democracy.
Put that there.
Sentry.
Eagle 1 rearming.
One more.
Be back shortly. Calling down a sentry.
Nice. Uh-oh.
Requesting
Just
orbital.
missed it.
Mag's empty. Reloading. For prosperity.
That muzzle flash, what on earth? Was it that bad? I didn't realise it was that bad. Jesus Christ. I'm so dead. Uh-oh, please heal. Reload even.
Squadron. Deploying Helldiver to combat zone.
Dude.
One step closer to mission completion.
Calling down a support weapon.
Nah, it's got a bug attached to it. That's hilarious. Oh, sorry, love. Hold on. I haven't got one.
Terminate hive structure destroyed.
Sorry, Em. Uh-oh. Oh, 20 seconds.
Bug hive spotted. Fire in the hole.
Please just let me get an eagle off. Two seconds. One.
Liberty return. Locked and loaded.
Sending in an eagle.
Oh, God. Boom. Got that one cleared. Let's get one more down.
Requesting air support.
Get out of there. Get out. Get out. Oh, this is going to go good. Oh, God. How are you alive? Oh, I hit the mountainside. That's why. Oh, God. Put the Gatling over there.
Sentry.
No. Oh. Get up, get up, get up, get up.
Mag's empty.
Nope.
Requesting advanced weaponry.
This bullet storm is so handy, man. 1 minute left. Go, 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 go. I've got to go over there, see if there's any supplies, grenades, or anything. Sorry, everyone.
Calling in orbital strike.
I need that stamina. Nothing. Oh, oh great. Woo! Me too. God damn it. So bring your pet Bile Titan to work and he's just very needy. Can I get a 500 kg in there? No, I can't. Yes, I can.
Sending in an eagle.
Marking location.
Reinforcements have been launched.
Yes! Whoa!
On my position.
Uh-oh, hemorrhaging. Bleeding out, bleeding out, bleeding out. Bleeding out. Damn. I put up a good fight then.
Request approved.
Calling in
Reinforcements on the way.
reinforcements. 100 meters.
Alright. I'll call it a day in a minute. Dinner's nearly ready too.
Heavy.
How long we got?
West. On my position.
15 minutes.
I need supplies.
Let's just see what this one does. Damn it, shouldn't have done that.